because coming up, the Biden administration seems to be consumed with problems, and they keep on coming. Inflation, rising gas prices, to the Supreme Court's seismic shift on abortion rights. Can President Biden fix all the challenges he's facing? We'll talk more when we come back. Well, the problems do just keep stacking up for President Biden. As the president settles back into the White House after meetings with allies in Europe this week, he's faced with a host of problems here at home: soaring inflation, surging gas prices, and the fallout from the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, and that's just to name a few. There's also the president's base that's growing even more frustrated by a lack of action on the issues he campaigned upon, including voting rights and the environment. Against that backdrop, a new AP NORC poll says a whopping 85% of Americans say things in this country are heading in the wrong direction. That's up from 68% just back in March.
Well, Joe Biden is glad he is not actually on the ballot. It would be a very precarious spot for him if he were up for re-election in 2022. But of course, he is having a negative impact, according to all the polling, a potential real drag on Democratic incumbents standing for re-election. The issue or issues that stand to help him the most are the abortion rights argument, the ability potentially to rally centrist and center-left voters around the Democratic Party with Biden at the helm of it. And potentially the gun control message, although that's been a little bit offset by the bipartisan compromise in the Senate. But, for Democrats, for some Democrats in really tough races in swing states like potentially Arizona, I think we'll be looking at a different trend, which is to what extent do these candidates step away from Biden or partly run on saying they're willing to disagree with him at certain times. So he's not in a strong position heading into the midterms at all.
Does Joe Biden also have a problem with his own base, with Democrats that are frustrated that the Biden White House has not been able to lead and kind of deliver on some of these promises they made?
There's another poll that a lot of people are watching. Harris Poll does a survey in conjunction with Harvard. And what that poll showed is that voters overall, like 6 in 10 don't think that Trump should run again, and 7 in 10 again don't think that Biden should run again. There is a difference when you look at Republicans only. Republicans are a lot more supportive of Trump than when you look at Democrats only. Biden has really lost a lot of support for re-election within his own party. And that is a concern both ahead of the midterms, and it is a concern as the White House tries to keep a message around 2024 that says the president is running for a second term. The numbers show some real softness and potential problems there.
Yeah, and Jeff, the president keeps saying over and over again, I'm definitely running, but nobody seems to believe him. Do you think he's going to be the Democratic nominee in 2024?
At some point, he for sure will have to file. And when he does that, then it'll be a sign of the seriousness of those promises. If he doesn't, then it will be a signal for other Democrats who would like to throw their hats in that they can do so.